Leave it to SM Entertainment and its founder Lee Soo-man to shake up the K-pop world. On October 26, he would announce his new group, Aespa, which sounds normal at first, yet this group would have one distinctive feature. It's a group that would have virtual idols as well as real-life human idols. And as you guys can imagine, this news would shock K-pop fans from around the world. During the 2020 World Cultural Industry Forum, Lee Soo-man would announce his new upcoming group to the audience. The group would be 8 members, and as I mentioned earlier, would be both human as well as virtual idols. And Aespa's reaction would shock so many K-pop fans that I have not seen this reaction to a K-pop group in a long time.
Aespa is SM's first female group since Red Velvet back in 2014. The trailers of each individual human member are underway, as SM is building buzz and excitement. With the group's upcoming debut called Black Mamba on November 17th, there's many wondering how this virtual idol concept is going to work. And to be honest, the way the SM founder described Aespa was quite confusing and not that clear. Yet what I got from his speech and reading news reports is that Aespa is basically virtual idols teaming up with K-pop idols. Think Vocaloid or KDA meeting K-pop. How Lee Soo-man explains how Aespa will work is that the avatars and human members would support each other. As he explained at the World Cultural Industry Forum, he envisions entertainment having both idols and humans performing together, which he describes as part of the SM culture universe. The AE in the group's name means avatar and experience, which further translates to experiencing the world and meeting your other self, your avatar. They would show a trailer of this interaction, showing one of the members, Katrina, talking with her avatar. The early impressions thus far from fans is that the group reminds them of Black Mirror, the famed show that explores how humans interact with technology and AI, or in Aespa's case, how humans will be talking to a virtual idol. From what I understand, the AI will learn from talking to their real-life counterparts, as well as fans, and will become more real, much like a human. Both the human members as well as the AI members will do live streams, where fans can talk with the AI idols in chat rooms, and the AI will act and talk on their own free will. And SM has said so far at least that they won't censor what the idols say. Yet this could get weird for K-pop fans, as it's truly a unique concept to have a half-human, half-virtual group. And we haven't seen this concept in K-pop yet. If Lee Soo-man wanted to get reactions, then he definitely got them. I do have to give him props though for making waves in the K-pop industry, as no one would have expected this new concept, and it instantly got people talking about his new group.
Now, K-pop fans have pointed out that Aespa is inspired by Vocaloid, and to many, Vocaloid is known by its biggest star, Miku Hatsune, as she's commonly seen on promotional art and box art with her traditional turquoise twin tails.
The popular Vocaloid software was created back in 2007. Hatsune Miku became a huge hit among the Vocaloid and anime communities to the point of having her own convention and being invited to the David Letterman show in 2014. Hatsune Miku was also announced as a performer at Coachella 2020 before its cancellation because of COVID.
While the parallels between Vocaloid and Aespa are there, I think another big group we can draw comparisons to is the League of Legends group KDA.
KDA is a 5-member virtual idol group. Created by Riot Games, they wanted the virtual idols to look like K-pop stars, but have a Western and K-pop blend for its sound. KDA is fully voiced by real-life singers, with Madison Beer and Jara Burns being the first American singers to sing Evelyn and Kaisa, with rotating American singers now singing The Two Champions. 2 K-pop stars, idols Miyeon and Soyeon, voicing as Ari and Kali, and Chinese star Lexi Liu singing as Seraphine. KDA's first song, Pop Stars, became so big, it hit over 300 million views and topped several charts. The group debuted in 2018 during that year's League of Legends World Championships, where the real-life singers performed the song alongside their virtual counterparts. Whereas Hatsune Miku may be weird to most K-pop fans, KDA can be more relatable, since the League of Legends is a huge game in Korea. KDA received a ton of praise and critical acclaim, as well as having a huge impact on gaming music. And most importantly, this virtual group was not seen as cringe at all. It's just a theory, but I think that Lee Soo-man saw the success of Vocaloid and KDA and thought, you know, maybe I can implement virtual idol music in K-pop too. But I think Aespa will have a hard time being accepted by K-pop fans.
I'll always give Lee Soo-man the benefit of the doubt since he's one of the big pioneers of K-pop, and well, he knows what he's doing. But consider me part of the skeptical group that isn't sure if Aespa will work in its current form.
Going back to KDA, a big reason why the group caught on was that of its huge gaming audience as well as their tastes. In general, gamers are more accepting of concepts such as virtual idols, virtual YouTubers, and Japanese pop culture. Gamers are also casual K-pop fans, the type of fans that listen to K-pop while gaming and know only the big K-pop groups. So when you combine these factors, you can see why KDA was accepted and embraced by the gaming community. Another reason why virtual idols and VTubers work is because you can't see the human, you can only hear the voice. Virtual idols don't have any room for human members, or in Aespa's case, a mixed virtual idol and human group. Having an all-virtual group also adds to the immersion of the music and image, which Vocaloid, KDA, and the British group Gorillaz did very well. There's also a special appeal to humans behind the virtual idols, as the person behind their avatar can keep their privacy. Virtual idols can also connect with avatar celebrities, as these virtual idols are seen as friendly and comfortable to talk to. It's a big niche that's popular among anime fans, gamers, and virtual idol fans, and rhythm gamers that all like Japanese pop culture. But the virtual idol culture just doesn't fly to K-pop fans and K-pop culture. For one, the K-pop experience is about seeing and possibly meeting your favorite human idols. Fans don't want to meet a fictional character. And if you've been to a K-pop fan meeting or high five touch event, then you know that K-pop fans really crave human interaction. Virtual idols, a very new concept in Korean music, is just looked at as weird. K-pop fans want to know an idol's story, upbringing, their interviews, and even their gossip and drama. This human experience that K-pop fans want is as important as their singing and dancing. It's something that an avatar simply can't replace. To see real-life members pretending to have a conversation with their avatar counterparts would just be seen as way too weird to many. The added K-pop is manufactured stigma with Aespa is another factor against it. For the longest time, K-pop had this manufactured reputation that idols had to ditch their actual personalities and to conform what their label wants them to be. In other words, robots. With virtual idols, well, this can be seen as pushing that stigma even further. I know this may be premature of me thinking this, but I'm not sure a mixed group of human and virtual idols will work. I feel that a pure virtual group or a human group would be better. If it's a virtual group, the concept is consistent with avatars talking to one another, and it won't be seen as weird since it's all avatars. If it's a regular K-pop group with all human members, well, it fits the standards of K-pop. So with that being said, I think SM should have went all in on one concept, all virtual or all human idols. But I think the biggest problem I see with this group is the marketing. It's quite confusing to say the least. For instance, who is this group targeted at? We already know that the Korean public is not down with virtual idols. They think it's really strange, and international fans would agree with this and think it's weird too. Lee Soo-man's explanation of the group was also not clear at all, as the only points that K-pop fans really got from his announcement was that Aespa was going to be a virtual human idol group and that he wants to get technology involved in his SM culture universe. I think if Aespa's marketing with Aespa doesn't change and is not a lot more clear to the average K-pop fan, this could hurt the group in the long run. So far, when reading the initial reactions for Aespa, the comments are not flattering. I've seen some pretty funny memes saying that SM will have to patch their virtual idols every so often, how there'll be skins for purchase for the avatars, and how bugs and glitches could happen when performing a song, or how they'll have periodical updates to increase an idol's height, or if they'll have microtransactions like many video games. The most positive comments I've seen so far is, "Let's wait and see," or "It's a unique concept," or "The human idols look so pretty," or how some of the members' avatars look ugly compared to the other members' avatars. So are there any positives in the group? There are, although a lot of K-pop fans might not like the reasons, because it benefits SM a lot more. For one, you don't have to pay virtual idols. Rather, SM Entertainment will be paying the software engineers and animators that run the virtual idols. And while coders are paid quite high, animators aren't paid as much. So if a virtual group explodes, they won't get a much bigger cut in royalties the way that, say, real-life K-pop singers get. Another positive with virtual idols is they won't age, don't get tired, and won't have drama. Virtual idols not getting tired is a big one, since overwork and exhaustion are two big factors in K-pop stars' health. Having virtual idols always healthy, barring any bugs or glitches, is a key factor in virtual idols performing a lot more for fans, since human idols can't perform 24/7. These avatars can also learn languages through AI and speak to fans around the world by learning multiple languages. Avatars can also multitask, such as performing at a concert while also talking to hundreds of fans at the same time. And if these are some of the reasons that Lee Soo-man is going with this virtual idol concept, I understand it. Yet the human element in K-pop is the hardest to replicate, and it's the element that K-pop fans want the most.
So the next question is, could Aespa actually work? I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be really hard.
But I think SM has the aim for the gaming anime fans, and possibly J-pop communities. As aforementioned earlier, those fan bases are a lot more accepting of more outside-the-box ideas, as well as virtual groups. K-pop fans in both Korea and an international fan base will have a difficult time to buy in, or make the virtual mascots a very minor thing at what you're trying to do with Aespa. Let the human idols take center stage like a regular K-pop group. So if SM followed through with some of these suggestions, it could work, but I'm still skeptical. And after a few songs, if the K-pop public just still doesn't accept the virtual idol concept, SM can ditch the concept completely. They've ditched group concepts in the past before with their other groups when they weren't working out, and they can do so here again with Aespa. While there's not much that we know about this group so far, Aespa and SM are off to a rocky start so far. The concept does intrigue me, and I do hope that SM becomes successful at Aespa. I know I said it's almost impossible for this to happen, but I want it to work out, but it feels badly positioned thus far. And I do hope that Lee Soo-man can prove me wrong and all the doubters wrong, as I like to learn new things about K-pop. With Black Mamba coming out on November 17th, I'm sure the music video will get several million views because it's SM. But despite Black Mamba's predicted high views, I just can't see Lee Soo-man's genius of trying to implement AI idols. I think he might have just outthought himself this time around, that he's trying to make K-pop way too complex this time. Because in the end, I think what K-pop fans want to see is your standard K-pop group with perhaps a new music style, theme, personalities, or dance.
So thank you guys for watching this video, and I'd love to know your take in the comments below.
Two other things to mention. If you want real talk with no fluff on how the K-pop industry actually works, then please grab my free ebook by signing up for the email list below. And if you like what we do here at Popstory, then please consider supporting us on Patreon. It's not necessary, of course, and we're honored if you just watch our videos. But for those that do support us on Patreon, we have some cool perks waiting.
With that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy, everyone.